There comes a moment in every person's life when they realize that chasing attention is exhausting, but chasing excellence is life-changing. Most people spend years trying to convince others to believe in them. They seek approval, recognition, and validation from people who are too busy fighting their own battles to truly notice. The truth is that success rarely begins with applause. It begins in silence, in the moments when no one is watching, no one is encouraging you, and no one expects anything from you. The greatest transformation starts when you stop asking, "Why doesn't anyone notice me?" and begin asking, "How can I become impossible to ignore?" These are two completely different questions. One depends on other people, the other depends entirely on you. Imagine planting a seed in the ground. For weeks, nothing appears on the surface. To anyone walking by, it seems like nothing is happening. But underneath the soil, roots are spreading deeper every single day. The tree is preparing for a future that no one can yet see. Human growth works exactly the same way. The strongest changes happen long before anyone recognizes them. Mastering silent self-improvement is one of the most powerful decisions a person can make because true growth rarely needs an audience. In a world where people constantly announce their goals, share every milestone, and seek approval before achieving meaningful results, choosing to improve quietly creates a unique advantage. Silence protects your focus. It keeps your energy directed toward action instead of explanation. Every time you tell people what you plan to accomplish, you invite opinions that can either inflate your confidence or weaken your determination. Neither is necessary. What matters is the work you do when nobody is watching. The strongest version of yourself is built during the hours that receive no applause, no recognition, and no celebration. Those quiet moments become the foundation of lasting success. When you stop performing for others and start working for your own standards, your mindset changes completely. You become less interested in looking successful and more committed to becoming successful. That shift transforms every decision you make. Instead of asking whether people will notice your effort, you begin asking whether today's effort moves you closer to your purpose. This simple change creates extraordinary discipline because your motivation no longer depends on external validation. It depends on your commitment to personal excellence. Every book you read expands your perspective. Every workout strengthens both your body and your mental resilience. Every new skill you practice increases your value. Every challenge you overcome teaches lessons that comfort never could. None of these improvements require an audience to become meaningful. They only require consistency. One of the greatest misunderstandings about growth is believing that dramatic change happens overnight. Real transformation happens through countless small decisions repeated every single day. It is choosing to wake up early even when staying in bed feels easier. It is choosing to learn instead of wasting another evening scrolling through endless distractions. It is choosing discipline over comfort, patience over instant gratification, and long-term rewards over temporary pleasure. These decisions seem insignificant in isolation, but together they reshape your identity. Eventually, you are no longer forcing yourself to improve because improvement becomes part of who you are. Silent self-improvement also teaches emotional independence. When you stop depending on praise, criticism loses much of its power. Compliments become appreciated rather than necessary, and negative opinions lose their ability to control your emotions. You realize that people will always have different perspectives, and trying to satisfy everyone only distracts you from your real mission. Some people may underestimate you because they cannot see your progress. Others may assume you are standing still because you are not constantly talking about your ambitions. Let them believe whatever they choose. Their assumptions cannot prevent your growth. Every hour spent mastering your craft quietly moves you further ahead than hours spent defending your potential through words alone. There is also a unique confidence that develops when your achievements speak louder than your promises. Instead of introducing yourself with big claims, you allow your habits, character, and results to reveal who you have become. This kind of confidence cannot be borrowed or imitated because it is built through evidence. Every promise you keep to yourself strengthens your self-respect. Every difficult task you complete reminds you that you are capable of more than you once believed. Every obstacle you overcome becomes proof that resilience grows stronger with practice. Over time, you stop fearing difficult situations because you trust your ability to adapt and learn. Silent improvement encourages patience, a quality that many people overlook in today's fast-moving world. Everyone wants immediate success, instant recognition, and rapid progress, but meaningful achievements develop gradually. A tree spends years growing before it provides shade. A master spends countless hours practicing before others admire the performance. A successful entrepreneur often experiences repeated setbacks before building a thriving business. Progress may be invisible for long periods, but invisible does not mean non-existent. Every day of consistent effort strengthens your foundation, even when no visible reward appears. This understanding helps you remain committed during seasons when results seem distant. You stop measuring progress by applause and begin measuring it by the quality of your habits. Another benefit of improving quietly is that it protects your energy from unnecessary comparison. When your attention remains fixed on your own development, you spend less time worrying about what others are doing. Comparison often creates either envy or arrogance, and neither contributes to genuine growth. Focusing on yourself keeps your standards internal rather than external. Your goal becomes outperforming yesterday's version of yourself instead of competing with someone else's timeline. This mindset creates peace because you recognize that every individual faces different circumstances, opportunities, and challenges. Your responsibility is not to copy another person's journey, but to maximize your own potential. The discipline built through silent improvement eventually becomes visible in every area of life. People notice your calmness during pressure, your confidence without arrogance, your consistency without excuses, and your ability to solve problems without seeking attention. They may wonder what changed or how you became different, but they rarely see the countless quiet mornings, disciplined evenings, difficult decisions, and personal sacrifices that shaped your character. Those unseen moments are where real transformation begins. Continue building yourself without needing constant recognition. Protect your focus from distractions. Remain committed to daily progress. Trust the value of consistent effort and allow your actions to become the loudest statement you ever make. Build results that speak for themselves by making your actions more powerful than your words. Many people spend years talking about what they are going to accomplish, explaining their dreams, defending their ambitions, and seeking approval before they have earned it. There is nothing wrong with having big goals, but goals become meaningful only when they are supported by disciplined action. The world is filled with promises, yet it is transformed by results. Anyone can describe the life they want to live, the business they want to build, the body they want to achieve, or the success they believe they deserve. Very few people are willing to embrace the consistent effort required to turn those ideas into reality. This is why results carry a level of credibility that words never can. They require proof. They reflect commitment. They demonstrate character. When your work consistently produces value, people no longer need convincing because the evidence is standing right in front of them. Instead of trying to impress others with plans, focus your energy on creating progress that cannot be denied. Every completed task, every skill you master, every challenge you overcome, and every habit you strengthen becomes another piece of evidence that you are becoming the person you aspire to be. This approach changes the way you think because your confidence is no longer built on hopes or intentions. It is built on experience. You know what you are capable of because you have repeatedly proven it to yourself. That type of confidence remains steady even when life becomes difficult because it is rooted in action rather than emotion. Results also create opportunities that conversation alone never will. Employers trust people with a history of performance. Clients choose those who consistently deliver value. Leaders earn respect by solving problems rather than making excuses. Relationships grow stronger when people consistently demonstrate reliability instead of offering empty promises. In every area of life, dependable action builds trust faster than impressive words. This is why focusing on daily execution is more valuable than chasing recognition. Recognition often arrives after sustained effort, not before it. Another important lesson is understanding that progress is rarely dramatic from one day to the next. Most meaningful achievements are the product of small improvements repeated over long periods. One productive day may not change your life, but hundreds of productive days certainly will. Reading 10 pages every day eventually becomes dozens of books. Saving a small amount consistently eventually creates financial stability. Practicing a skill for 1 hour each day eventually develops expertise that separates you from the average person. These small victories may seem insignificant at first, but they accumulate quietly until they become impossible to ignore. Patience becomes one of your greatest strengths because you understand that every effort contributes to a larger outcome. Many people quit because they expect immediate rewards, but lasting success belongs to those who continue working even when visible results have not yet appeared. Building results also requires accepting responsibility for your choices. It is easy to blame circumstances, criticize other people, or complain about unfair situations. Those reactions may provide temporary comfort, but they never create progress. Every successful person eventually reaches a point where they decide to focus on what they can control instead of dwelling on what they cannot. They cannot control the economy, other people's opinions, unexpected setbacks, or the timing of every opportunity. They can control their attitude, discipline, preparation, and willingness to learn. That mindset creates resilience because every obstacle becomes an opportunity to improve rather than an excuse to stop. Results are built by individuals who continue adapting while others remain trapped in frustration. One of the greatest advantages of letting results speak for themselves is the freedom it creates. You no longer feel the need to argue with critics or prove your worth through endless explanations. When someone doubts your ability, you simply continue working. When people underestimate your potential, you continue developing your skills. Instead of becoming distracted by negativity, you channel your energy into productive action. Eventually, your accomplishments answer questions that words never could. This quiet confidence allows you to remain calm because you know that consistency always outlasts criticism. Another powerful aspect of this mindset is that it keeps your attention on the process rather than the applause. If your motivation depends entirely on recognition, disappointment becomes inevitable because recognition is unpredictable. Some people may never acknowledge your effort, regardless of how hard you work. Others may notice only after years of dedication. Neither situation should determine your commitment. The satisfaction of knowing you are becoming stronger, wiser, and more capable every day is far more valuable than temporary praise. External recognition fades quickly, but the skills, habits, and character you develop remain with you throughout your life. Continue measuring success by the quality of your effort rather than the volume of applause, because this creates stability regardless of changing circumstances. Every challenge you overcome strengthens your resilience. Every disciplined decision reinforces your character. Every completed responsibility increases your credibility, and every consistent action moves you closer to becoming someone whose achievements naturally command respect. People may overlook your journey for a season, but they cannot ignore undeniable excellence forever when it is supported by patience, integrity, discipline, and relentless commitment to becoming better every single day through meaningful action rather than empty words. So stop chasing attention. Stop waiting for permission. Stop measuring your worth through other people's opinions. Invest that energy into becoming better every single day. Read more than you did yesterday, learn one new skill, strengthen your character, protect your time, build your discipline, keep your promises to yourself, become someone your future self will thank you for becoming. Because the day will come when people who overlooked you will suddenly ask how you achieved so much. They will wonder where your confidence came from, where your discipline was developed, and how your life changed so dramatically. The answer will be simple. While everyone else was busy watching the world, you were busy building yourself. That is how you focus on yourself until they can't ignore you.